we have the classical one with strawberry, you have the lemon, the blueberry, and it is a mixture of fruit and flour.
When visiting Belgium and the First World War battlefields, there are several wonderful cities to base yourself. We're staying in Ghent. And like most Belgian cities, it's an easy train journey to the graves at Ypres. Local guide, Marshall, picks us up at the station and takes us straight to Mendingham Cemetery to find my great-grandfather's grave.
And it must be here somewhere, because I've seen it.
So 4E20. 4E20, it's over there.
Oh, here he is!
Yes, 20. Yeah.
David, he's here. Just to think that Nand's dad is buried here. Just seems so strange though, doesn't it, in the middle of a foreign country. Age 33. Our guide tells us how the injured would be brought to the clearing stations by horse and cart over bumpy, muddy, makeshift roads. These field hospitals are now their graveyards, dotted all over the local countryside. Almost 180 British cemeteries for many of the 700,000 British soldiers killed. Nearby, Lissenhoek British Military Cemetery, the second largest of them all, is jaw-dropping in scale. Once a local farm, almost 11,000 British and Commonwealth soldiers are buried here. It also has a small visitors centre. The town of Ypres, or Ypres in Flemish, was at the centre of the battle for the duration of the war. Completely destroyed, it's been rebuilt brick by brick with the addition of the Men in Gate Memorial. If you're unsure where a relative is buried, the Commonwealth War Graves Commission is next to the Men in Gate and has a lot of archives. There's also the must-visit in Flanders Fields Museum. It's a really high-tech museum and you can enlist as a soldier with this little poppy wristband before you come around, and then it will change what you see and the experience you get from these very high-tech monitors and things over here. On this huge canvas projection is the name of every single person that died 100 years ago today. I was excited to find a first-hand account from the field hospital surgeon from the very day my great-grandfather died. There's my great-grandfather's name there on the computer. Enoch Blythe, Sergeant, Birkenhead, England. Mendingham Military Cemetery, 14th of August 1917. Next we drive to the Memorial Museum at Passchendaele, an old mansion rebuilt on what was the front line. Here you can find out more about the lives of soldiers and see what it would have been like in the trenches. It's hard to even imagine the death and destruction wrought amid these green fields, but this was once the front line, where my great-grandfather fought alongside other battalions. So what were the British?
The British were here.
Yeah.
The Germans were on the ridge. They occupied the ridge. So their target was to get the Germans away from the ridge.
The 13th Cheshire Regiment were just in between those two woods really here, probably about 100 metres in front of us.
Yeah, that was here.
And this would be where he got fatally injured?
Yes, well, they here because they had an open flank. That other division here had to retreat from Glencore's Wood. So the flank of their unit, the 13th Battalion, was open. And they suffered, of course, a lot of. They had a lot of victims because of that. But after the end, it was seen as a success. It is booked as a success. Yes, it's in the history books mentioned as a success.
Wasn't a great success for my family. It just goes to show just the senseless loss of life, really.
Yes. I think that if the ghosts could speak now, we would know it exactly where he fought, where he defended the lines here.